These puppies are complete savages. I've seen so many brawls, straight up wars. I'm like, dude, where do you guys get that from? Like, they're just, I guess, just primal beasts. Like they look all sweet and innocent, but they straight attack each other. Look at that. Look at them. Just pure savagery at its fucking most aggressiveness. Nah, I'm joking, obviously. But really, though, they be going at each other. They go at each other. And it's just too funny, though, because I'm like, who taught you this? Like, no one taught you this. It's just a natural thing within their soul to fight for space and, you know what I mean? Fight for a little bit of dominance and, and just also be annoyed. So, like, as you could see, I sprinkled, puppy food because mom's tits are drained. Got no milk in there right now. So they went to eat a moment ago and they had already, sucked her dry. So I'm like, all right, let me just give you guys some puppy food. They're nibbling on it. They definitely stopped whining. So I see it's working. But hopefully they are able to have a nice little milk session later on. I still need to actually go pick up the like milk that I picked up, like the formula that I picked up from or I ordered from Petco. Still gotta pick that up because the days where they don't get enough milk from mom, it'll be good to have that as a supplement. But dude, they're looking good. They're looking super healthy and super strong. Coats are looking good. Colors are wonderful. They have been outside for a while today. I had them in a little area outside where they can just kind of be enclosed, but we got hawks around here. One day I came home, a hawk was down near, literally eating a pigeon. So, I'm like, I don't want to keep them outside too long by themselves without being watched because I don't want a hawk to swoop down on them and destroy them. But yeah, these two were going at it a moment ago. But I'm just keeping you guys posted on the pups. They are 4 weeks old at this point, 4 weeks and a day. They're going to be going to their homes basically about 3.5, 4 weeks from now, right after we get their shots. We're going to send everybody home with a little care kit, little guidelines, and everyone gets a leash, and we're just gonna hook everyone up so that they have an easy transition into adding the puppy into the homestead. Because puppies could be a headache. They could be a lot of work. You know what I mean? Like truly a lot of work and very frustrating. So the better prepared you are, then the less frustrating they're gonna be. The more you'll be able to just enjoy their cuteness and enjoy the dogs are great. It's taking care of them and dealing with their personalities that becomes frustrating for humans, and that's why people end up letting their dogs go and putting them in a pound or whatever the case is, because they are frustrating. So you gotta be prepared to have these creatures, and they're not that frustrating once you're prepared. It's like you gotta have the space for them. You gotta have the time to give them walks and give them attention and just kind of incorporate them into your family and into your life, and you'll see that they're wonderful additions, but I've learned my lesson just in the sense of just the responsibility it takes to have one dog, and then let alone I have 2 dogs, and then they had these 7 dogs. So right now I've been taking care of basically nine dogs altogether. And I don't even really think about it like that. I'm just doing what I gotta do, but literally I've been taking care of 9 dogs for the last 4 weeks. But they cute as hell though. And this one right here, this is, whoa, don't bite your sister. What the hell? Why? Did you hear that screech? And I'm in the basement. Dude, that shit was loud. Yeah, but like I said, these dogs are gonna stay in our family. Like literally everyone that has committed to taking a puppy is someone that is a close friend or family member. So dogs are gonna be around. I plan on getting a ranch one day where I'm gonna have a bunch of dogs running around, you know. I'll have 6, 7 dogs one day. I don't really care once I have the space and once they have the space. But here at our house, most we can keep is 2, maybe 3 at the most. Like, not these puppies, I just mean like in general. You know what I mean, though? But it's kind of interesting just watching their dynamic and just, yeah, these two were fighting earlier. Just annoying. Like, why are you biting each other? Look. And now you switched over to this one. What the hell's going on here? Dude, choking, coughing, snorting, farting, what the? And over here, this guy wants smoke. It's just like, it's like they're testing how hard they can bite on each other. And it's pretty hilarious. But what's really funny is that all the dogs came out mostly brown. Obviously, they have white chests and little white markings. But the father, Juno, he's white. We're really happy that all these dogs came out mainly brown because lately we've had, the doctor tell us that he needs to stay out of the sun because, you got to treat the white dogs kind of like someone that has red hair and understand that they could be sensitive to sun. But it's great that they all came out brown because, the brown does better in the sun and they're not going to have any sort of skin issues. But dude, they look great. Look super healthy, super thick, and they're still small, very wrinkly heads. When I got Juno, the big white dog, he's about 80 pounds right now. So when I got him, he was 8 weeks, of course, and these dogs remind me so much of how him and his brother looked, very full and large. Great bloodlines, but once again, I'm not a breeder. I'm not gonna be breeding dogs. This was very accidental and very just timing worked out to where that happened. But I don't, I think that breeding is a complicated thing because you want these dogs to, like, if you love the breed, that's wonderful, right? I love pit bulls. I love the way they look. I love their character. Oh, it's a war going on out here. But then I also understand that they're a lot of work, so just breeding dogs and selling them to anybody puts the dogs in a tough position because you'll have people buy a puppy for their kids and you know what I mean? Like you're buying a puppy for a kid when this puppy just requires a lot of responsibility as it grows into adulthood. You got to treat it like a family member. Dude, we spent thousands and thousands of dollars. That's not sarcasm at all. I've spent thousands of dollars this year on my white dog because he was having a skin issue, so you can't hand this off to a kid like, hey, here's a cute puppy and think that, shit's gonna get taken care of. You gotta hand this, like if you were breeding, if that was your thing, please just make sure you're giving the puppies or selling the puppies to vetted people, someone with a house, someone that's ready to spend the time, effort, and energy to, bring this dog along in their life. Because what will happen if you don't get the right person, they'll get frustrated after a while and the dog will be in the pound. And then if the dog doesn't get adopted, then it might get, what's the word? Put down basically. But, and that happens. Obviously that's a main, argument against breeding, especially this breed of dogs, so, the more the more you're able to kind of adjust what you might have normally done. But thanks to friends that I have that are, work for PETA, work for the Humane Society, they are on my ass before about not having puppies. Like literally, like one of my best friends, we almost like had an argument about it. But it was, and I wasn't reluctant. I wasn't like, no, I'm gonna have puppies by any means. Promise you that wasn't the game plan. In my mind, I was like, the only way I'll have puppies is one day when we're living on a ranch somewhere in the fields. But but my point was that this wasn't planned at all, you know what I mean? And but it happened because of, just she had 2 cycles in 1 year and I was busy as hell and I didn't get her neutered and they ended up, doing the damn thing. But it is what it is now. These dogs will be with great homes, and we'll keep them around. They'll get to hang out with their moms. All right, you guys, they're going to sleep now. I'm gonna let them crash out. Peace.